There's no such thing as having too many coffee makers. While espresso machines produce beautiful lattes and cold brew makers fulfill our warm weather cravings, pour-over coffee makers are our top choice for a solid cup of black coffee. Pour-over coffee is meant to enhance the nuances of a cup of coffee by manually manipulating and controlling the different variables it takes to reach a delicious final product. There are many products available to choose cheap coffee dripper, each with different characteristics, benefits, and prices. To help you make an informed decision, I did extensive research, read tons of reviews, and compiled a list of the best cheap coffee dripper from reputable brands. After much research, I found these products much helpful for people like you. If you want to know about the price and other information, be sure to check my description. So without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Number 1. Hario V60 Coffee Dripper 02 Ceramic. The Hario V60 Coffee Dripper 02 Ceramic pour-over coffee maker's design doesn't appear to be unique. At first glance, it looks exactly like every other over-the-mug model. What sets this model apart, and puts it at the top of most coffee enthusiasts' lists, is the interior spiral ribs and extra-large drip hole. Most of the pour-overs we've seen have had 1 to 3 tiny holes in the bottom, which slow down the draining process. With the Hario's large drainage hole, you can brew coffee as fast as you like. Not only that, but those ribs give the grinds more room to expand, increasing the amount of water you can hold in the cone. Fast isn't necessarily better, but it does give you more options. You could brew a cup in less than 2 minutes, or you can slow down the rate at which you pour the water and draw things out to a full 4 minutes. At the end of the day, both our fast and slow pour tests resulted in a delightful cup of coffee with a rich mouthfeel, a robustly fruity backbone, and almost no detectable bitterness. We also liked that a standard paper filter fit perfectly in the cone, and the ceramic construction retained the water's heat well enough to create an even brewing process and a hot cup of coffee. And since the Hario also happens to be low profile enough to store amongst your coffee cups, and it was one of the easiest units to clean, it was a shoe-in for our pick as best overall. Number 2. Chemex 8 Cup Classic. If you're looking for the best tasting cup of coffee, it's definitely made in the Chemex 8 Cup Classic. By far, this beautifully designed pour-over coffee maker created the most well-rounded, full-flavored cup of coffee in the group. We were worried that using it to brew a single cup of coffee might be overkill. It's large enough to brew coffee for a crowd, but our small batch brews didn't affect the quality in the slightest. We tasted notes of chocolate and berries that were barely detectable in the other cups. And there's no denying that it's a gorgeous piece of art, too. In fact, it's actually featured in the MoMA, so there's that. The Chemex wasn't our runner-up choice in the rankings, and was outperformed by other pour-overs because of its large, hard-to-clean design and use of proprietary filters that have to be purchased separately. But many of these factors don't matter if you're simply interested in having the best tasting coffee, so we awarded the Chemex with our editor's choice for best cup of coffee anyway. It's worth noting that it's possible to brew a tasty cup using regular old cone-shaped filters, but they are difficult to remove and make a bit of a mess. You'll want to buy the Chemex filters, sold separately, for the easiest brewing experience. Number 3. OXO Brew Single Serve Pour-Over Coffee Maker. The OXO Pour-Over Coffee Maker with water tank is a great option for lightweight, on-the-go coffee brewing. Because it's plastic, the OXO didn't retain heat as well as the ceramic and glass models, but this model has a leg up on the competition. A water tank that completely takes the guesswork out of monitoring the brewing speed. This removable option lets you pour the hot water into the tank, and it'll take care of slowly dripping over the grinds. I was skeptical at first because it took nearly twice as long to brew, which still only took about 4 minutes, but the coffee we brewed using the tank had significantly more depth than the one that quickly brewed without it. The slow brewing speed created a bold, thick brew that lacked any touches of bitterness. Couple that with an easy-to-clean design and a budget-friendly price tag, and we had little to complain about. Number 4. Kalita No. 185 Wave Glass Dripper. The Kalita No. 185 Wave Glass Dripper was definitely in the running for our favorite pour-over coffee maker. It's smaller and more lightweight than the ceramic pour-over models, but its glass construction helped it retain heat just as well. It brewed a fantastically robust cup of coffee, and it fit perfectly over both our regular and to-go coffee mugs. If you're not into the heftiness of the ceramic pour-overs or a winning model is out of stock, this pour-over is an excellent choice. Although the Kalita has its own proprietary wavy filters to create a flat-bottom brewing experience, we didn't use them, and still thought the coffee tasted fantastic. Number 5. Utel Stainless Steel Pour-Over Coffee Cone Dripper. Well, I definitely don't recommend using the Utel stainless steel pour-over coffee cone dripper without a filter. It brewed a great cup of coffee when we used one. Because the design features hundreds of tiny holes along the side, this pour-over drained more quickly than most of the competition. As we saw with the Hario, that gives you the option to brew coffee at a variety of speeds controlled by how quickly you pour the water. In addition, the stainless design held the water's heat quite efficiently during the brewing process, resulting in a more even brew. And while you technically don't need to use a paper filter with the reusable metal basket, the coffee we brewed without it turned out murky and way too bitter. Adding the paper filter improved both the flavor and the texture of the brew, catching some of the oils as they are released from the beans. That's all from my end. I make helpful videos daily, so do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification. To get more information or if you want to know product price, please check my description. For any kind of problem, please comment below to help you further. Life is short, so enjoy every bit of your life with our cool products, as it's going to make your life much easier. Thanks for watching, have a great day.